What's up, Ranger Nation, Toku Nation, and every nation in between? It is me, your boy JB, and I'm here with another review for Avataro Sentai's Donbrothers, episode number 38. You guys, we are almost through with Donbrothers. Oh my god, I can't believe that we're literally almost done with Donbrothers. But before we go ahead and get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed, do me a solid favor and subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, share the video, and with that out of the way, Ranger Nation, Toku Nation, let's discuss episode 38 of Avataro Sentai's Donbrothers, shall we? Alright guys, so this episode was a rather interesting one, right? So this episode opened up and we see this lady who is a food critic, right? So she's at a restaurant and she's eating the food, but she also wants something that's new, that's gonna wow her, I guess. And come to find out, this woman is in fact our Hitaksuki of the week, right? So she turns into the Hitaksuki and then she engulfs the two people who presented the food to her, right? So after that, she turned back into her regular form, and when she turned back into her human form, she is, she has a protruding stomach, right? And we find out that, each time that she does this, right, each time she turns into the Hitaksuki and returns back to her normal human form, she has no recollection of what previously happened. So she's basically, in a sense, blacking out. And I was like, that's very interesting, right? So we see Subasu. So Subasu is talking to the cops. And Subasu is telling the cops that, he went to the bestial forest. And they're like, the bestial forest? He was like, yeah. So the cops were asking him, what he remembers. So unfortunately, Subasu doesn't remember anything about the bestial. Once he got to the bestial forest, he doesn't remember anything. So they asked him, how did he get back? He has no memory of that. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Well, it's not interesting because if you think about it, he wouldn't have any memory because once he got to the bestial forest, those vines wrapped him up and he was unconscious. So, because he doesn't know how he got out of the bestial. Now that is a good question. I wonder when are we going to explore that? Like, how did he get out of the bestial forest? I'm wondering when we're going to figure that part out. How did he get out of the forest? Because I was puzzled by that too, right? In the last episode, like, how did he get out of the bestial forest? And I thought that they could, they couldn't defeat the bestials, right? And it makes you wonder how many more bestials there are. It makes you wonder. But let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. So, you guys, we see. So, Zabasu left the police station, right? And there's a wanted poster that's still up for him. But, this time people are just looking at him like, oh, hi, how are you doing? How enjoying this weather? But then the guy put up another poster of him, and I don't know if it's a wanted poster or not, but he's wondering, like, what did bestial me do? He ransacked restaurants and forced people to eat food. That's what he did, right? So then Kijino see him, right? And remember, in the last episode, he was making him eat, right? So Kijino's like, you are what? He was like, I'm fine. So Kijino is telling him about, you remember the bounty that I got when I turned you in, right? He was like, do I ever, right? So Kijino says, well, with that money, I want to take you out to dinner. And he was like, I'm going to decline. Then he tells him his Miho is back. So they go to Kijino's apartment, and there he is with, I don't know if he's lost a grip with reality, but he's with that doll, and he's just laughing. And even in this episode, when he saw Subasu, he had a very sinister smile on his face. I'm like, this man has lost his touch with reality. He has lost his touch with reality. So we see Jiro. So Jiro is, Subasu says, you know what, I'll go to dinner with you, but let's leave Miho at home. So then we move over to Jiro. So Jiro is seeing Rumi off, right? And he's thanking her for, helping to basically nurse him back to health, right? So then after that, she left Then we see everybody who is on the team. Remember, the only person who actually knows, well, he doesn't know, he doesn't have concrete proof, but you guys remember, the only person who thinks he knows that Sabasu is Inu brother is Jiro. Everybody else does not know that Sabasu is in fact Inu brother. So we see as everybody at the table is starting to argue with each other, right? Sabasu and Kijino, they're arguing about Miho. Oni's sister and Saru brother, they're arguing about Sonoi and Sonoza and Sononi. The fact that Sononi and Sononi basically reject Saru brother, and the fact that Sonoza and Oni's sister, they're doing the manga, right? And then you got Taru and the Pharaoh side of Jiru arguing about battling. I was like, oh, y'all are at dinner. Why are you bringing up anything about a duel, right? So eventually the chef comes and tells them like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Y'all got to remember y'all's manners and stop arguing at the damn table, right? So eventually they stop arguing, but in the process, Sabasu and the chef got into it with each other about the food, right? So now they're going to have a battle of of the foods, right? So we see back at I guess this is Sabasu's apartment because Oni's sister's there, Saru brother and Taru's there, right? So he's going to be making an omelet. So he wants to have the best eggs, right? So then Taru talks to him about the bestial form of him, right? And he asks him, what do you know about the bestials? He was like, it's a long story. And I was like, it sure is a long story. But let's pause here, you guys, and wrap up this episode. All right, you guys. So both both Sabasu and the chef, so they're going to make omelets, right? So they each want the best omelets that they can find. So with that, we see as Saru brother, he's going to go get the eggs for him. So Saru brother went and got some eggs from a guy. And Sonoi was there and took the eggs from him. And then Kiji brother, he showed up and took the damn eggs because the chef wants the best eggs as well. So they battle for the eggs and they end up actually dropping the eggs. So then we have them in front of the critic. So the critic is tasting the food, right? And remember, I told you earlier, she wants only the best of the best, right? She wants something new and original, I guess. And once again, she turned into the Hitaksuki, right? And this time she engulfed both Sabasu and the chef. So they fell into this little pond of water, and they saw the other people there that she had kidnapped, right? That she had eaten, and they were all talking about how hungry they were, right? So they found these different little fruits there, and they were gonna make some food out of that, right? So then we see the team, they're battling with the Hitaksuki, and then the Cerebrans show up, right? They eventually do defeat the Hitaksuki, not before, I think it was Sonoza who called on Murasami, right? So everybody is battling with the Hitaksuki. They eventually do defeat the Hitaksuki, and everyone is returned to, normal, where they were. So then, instead of the team battling with a giant-sized Hitaksuki, they battle with Murasami's Megazord. So that happens, and then at the end of the episode, we see that, the critic, she was able to find what she in fact wanted was something new, something different, and something original, I guess. And that is basically just the end of the episode, you guys. So let me know what you guys thought about episode 38 of Donbrothers. Like I keep saying each week, Donbrothers, I enjoy this series. I really, truly do. This is a great series. And I think this series this is going to be the series that's going to make me continuously come back to Super Sentai season after season. Unless it's not a good season for me. Unless it's just like Ryu Soldier, where I just don't enjoy the season. But I really have enjoyed every episode of Donbrothers. Every one. So let me know what you guys thought about it. Drop down in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.